Hey, it's Steve. This is part 2 in a series in which I'm building a small layout that I'll be donating to my son's school's silent auction. In this video, we're going to be ballasting the track, adding a small road that goes up towards a small train station and post office structure, adding those structures to the layout, applying general basic ground cover including static grass to much of the layout, staining some of the rock work on the mountainside, and starting work on a creek area that runs through the layout as well. So first off, let's take a look at the ballasting. Okay, so for applying ballast to the unit track, or really any type of track that has a road bed in place either already or that you put on top of a cork road bed or some other type of road bed, what I typically do is paint a layer of glue along the edges of the track to help bind the ballast from the underside. And then I apply the ballast and then I soak everything with the glue mixture. Typically I just use scenic cement, and that helps to bind everything from the top down. And so the combination of the glue on the bottom and the top typically binds the ballast really well. Okay, with the ballasting complete, it was time to move on to the roadway, which is going to run underneath the bridge and up towards a small train station. And so I started out using some wall spackle to smooth out the road area that does head up towards the train station. Now, the spackle material smoothed everything out to the best that I could here. It didn't have to be perfect because I was going to go ahead and sand this later anyway. And then I did go ahead and nestle in the two structures that are going to be on this part of the layout. So it kind of would basically leave a mark in the plaster there where their footprints were. And then I could go through and scrape out those areas. And so the buildings would be sort of recessed into that plaster material. Okay, so now that I have the road pavement down, I'm going to go ahead and mask off the road areas that I want to keep as pavement, so I can go ahead and apply glue and ground cover. Basically I'm going to start applying soil and things around the areas that I want to not be pavement. And this way I can get a nice clean edge. Now, a big part of the layout is the mountain area, and so I wanted to go ahead and get that scenic. So one thing I did here was basically add multiple colors of stain. And so it would dry fast. Instead of using water, I used rubbing alcohol and added a little bit of black paint to it to make sort of a dark stain that I applied first. And then again, I used more alcohol and brown paint to make sort of a brown stain, put that on there. And then I dry brushed everything with a little bit of white, and then kind of sprayed everything down with a little bit more rubbing alcohol to help blend things together. And so I'll have all of that in the third and last video in the series. So anyway, that's all for now, and thanks for watching. Bye.